children. Hope you all are doing very good. For the next academic year, we will start with a new chapter in maths, lines and angles. Before we go to the session, I want all of you to write down the notes, points that as you go through the video. Don't just watch the video, and also complete the assignments. It will help you to understand the concepts better. So in this session, what are the things that we learn as basic terms and definitions that we learned in the previous classes, axioms and theorem, and then problems based on axioms and theorem. In geometry, you have learned basic terms and definitions in your previous classes. We will recall them. What is line? A set of points, set of infinite points which can be extended infinitely on both the sides. This arrow mark indicates that they can be extended infinitely on both the sides, both the directions. And how is it denoted as? AB. And what is line segment? Line segment is nothing but a part of a line which has two endpoints. Here it is AB, and line segment can be denoted as AB or with a line above. What is ray? Ray is nothing but a line which can be extended on one direction only. And it can be denoted as a part of the line which has one endpoint. A part of the line which has two endpoints is called line segment. A part of the line which has only one endpoint, the other endpoint can be extended infinitely. It's called as ray. What is angle? When is an angle formed? An angle is formed when two rays originate from a common vertex. So, this is one ray, we can call it AB, and there's another ray AC. They originate from a common vertex and they have two arms and they form an angle. This is called as an angle formed. We can call it X. X is the angle. X is the angle formed by AB and AC arms. We call them as arms. So what are the types of angles that you have learned in the previous classes? Acute angle. We will start with acute. What is an acute angle? If angle X is between 0 to 90 degrees, we call it as an acute angle. For example, it can be 30. Obtuse angle. When do we call an angle obtuse? When the angle is between 90 to 180 degrees. We call that angle as obtuse. How does an obtuse angle look? OAB. This is 110 degrees. So we call this as an obtuse angle. It is between 90, it is greater than 90 and less than 180. Acute is greater than 0 and less than 90 degree. What is right angle? When the angle formed is equal to 90 degree. to 90 degree, we call the angle as right angle. When do we call an angle formed as reflex angle? And the angle formed is between 180 degree and 360 degrees. This is the acute angle, right? So what about this angle? This is going to be reflex. OAB are the rays. Straight angle. What is a straight angle? The angle formed if it is 180 degree. We call that as straight angle. OAB. The angle formed here is 180 degree. So we call that as straight angle. We have also seen in the earlier classes that more than two rays intersect, there are pairs of angles formed. In that we will just go through the types. What were the types which are formed when more than two rays intersect? They are called as pairs of angles. When more than two rays intersect, here the vertex is O, OA, OB and OC are rays, where we can see that angles formed here are X and Y. So what do we call these two types of angles as? Adjacent angles. When do we say that angles are adjacent? Angles are said to be adjacent if they have a common vertex and common arm. Here O is the common vertex and common arm will be OB. OB is called as common arm. What about OA and OC? OA and OC are called non-common arms. This is one type of angle which is formed by more than two rays. We have also seen intersecting angles. When two lines intersect, I'll call this line L. This is another line M. When L and M intersect at a point, there are four angles formed. 1, 2, 3 and 4. What are these type of angles called as? 1 and 3 are called vertically opposite angles. 2 and 4 are called as vertically opposite angles. So we see two pairs of vertically opposite angles formed. In short we say VOA, it is nothing but vertically opposite angles. We have also seen that the vertically opposite angles are always equal. We will go to the next axiom. Axiom 1. If a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles formed is 180 degree. What does that mean? We will see. This is a line AB. A ray stands on the line AB. We will call it OC. If a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles formed is 180 degree. So there are two adjacent angles which are formed here. I represent it with two arcs to say that they are unequal. So here if this is 70, and what is this? The sum of the two adjacent angles formed is 180 degree. If this is 70, this has to be 110 degrees, because the adjacent angles COB plus angle COA should be 180 degrees as per this axiom. AB is a line, OC is a ray which stands on that line. Adjacent angles are COB and COA. The sum of their angles must be 180 degrees. This is axiom 1. And we call this as linear pair axiom because linear is nothing but a straight line. We have axiom 2, that is a converse of axiom 1. If the sum of two adjacent angles formed is 180 degree, then non-common arms form a line. It says that if the sum of two adjacent angles, angle 1 and angle 2, if angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees, then non-common arms, which is common here, OC is common to angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles. OC is a common arm. OB, OA are non-common arms. The non-common arms OB and OA form a line. Form a line AB. Therefore, AB is a line. So what is the converse of linear pair axiom? If the sum of two adjacent angles, angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles, the sum of their two adjacent angles 1 and 2 is 180 degree. If then non-common arms form a line. Non-common arms are OB and OA. Let's move on to theorem 1, which says if two lines intersect each other, then vertically opposite angles are equal. If two lines intersect each other, the vertically opposite angles 1 and 2 is one pair of vertically opposite angle, 3 and 4. The other pair of vertically opposite angles. Let L and M be the lines. So what does the statement say? If two lines here L and M intersect at each other, intersect at O, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. What we need to prove? Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. There are two pairs of vertically opposite angles formed always when two lines intersect. We will go to the proof. Angle 1, we will consider the line L. Angle 1 and angle 3, what type of angles are those? 1 and 3 are adjacent angles because L is a line and a ray stands on L. They are adjacent as well as the sum of the adjacent angles is equal to 180 degree by linear pair axiom. Our previous concept that we learned was linear pair axiom and converse of linear pair axiom. We saw all these two axioms which says that the sum of the adjacent angles formed on a line is 180 degree. Therefore, we will start our proof with that angle 1 is angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree because of linear pair axiom, which states that the sum of the two adjacent angles which are formed on a line is 180 degree. Similarly, angle 2 plus angle 4 will also be equal to 180 degree, which is linear pair axiom. We will name this as equation 1. We will name it here. Angle 2 plus 3. Angle 2 plus 3 is also equal to 180 because of linear pair axiom. Here the line, when we consider 2 and 3 adjacent angles, which is a line M. M is a line. And we will name this equation as 2. From 1 and 2, what do we have? On the right hand side we have 180 degrees, so that we can equate the left hand side. 1 plus 3 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 3. Here what do we see? Angle 3 is there on both the sides, so that we can eliminate that. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. We are left with angle 1 and 2. But how do we do this? Because it was already assumed by Euclid's axioms. Euclid axiom that we have learned in the previous class, which says when equals are subtracted from equals, then the remainders are equal. When equals are subtracted from equals, remainders are equal. Therefore, angle 1 is equal to 2. Angle 1 and 2 are vertically opposite angles. We have considered 2 and 4. Similarly, it can be proven that angle 3 is equal to angle 4 can be proven We will go to the next problem, exercise problem, which is based on axioms and the theorem 1. What were the axioms that we learned? Linear pair axioms, converse and a linear pair axiom, and then we learned theorem 1, which says that vertically opposite angles are equal. Based on this, we will solve some problems. Here, if lines AB and CD intersect at O, angle AOC and then AOC plus angle BOE, they have given it as 70 degree. BOD is 40 and angle BOE we need to find out and COE we need to find out. We will start from the given condition. AOC plus angle BOE is equal to 70 degree. These two angles AOC and BOE is 70. AB and CD are lines. So sum of the adjacent angles on a line should be 180 degree. Therefore, angle AOC plus angle BOE plus, which is the one which is left, COE is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because of linear pair axiom. sum of the adjacent angles on a line. AB and CD are lines they have already given in the problem. Therefore, the adjacent angles, the sum of the adjacent angles formed on the line AB should be 180 degree. And it's given that AOC and BOE, the sum is 70 degrees. So we will write that 70 degrees plus angle COE we don't know is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle COE is equal to 180 minus, bring it to the right hand side, minus 70, which is 110 degrees. But what we need to find out is reflex angle COE. This is angle COE. Reflex angle COE will be 360 minus 110, which is nothing but 250 degrees. Then what we need to find out? BOE, angle BOE. We know angle BOD is 40, which is there in the, which is given, and we have found what is angle COE, which is 110. So angle COE, BOE and BOD all are adjacent angles which lie on the line CD. So their sum should be 180 degrees. Angle COE plus angle BOE plus angle BOD is equal to 180 degrees because of linear pair axiom. COE we have calculated it as 110 plus angle BOE we need to find out, and BOD is given 40 degrees is equal to 180. Therefore, angle BOE will be 180. Bring 110 and 40 to the right hand side, which is 180 minus 150. Therefore, angle BOE will be 30 degrees. Boom. We will solve the next problem. If in the figure lines XY and MN, you see XY and MN are lines intersect at O. If angle POY is 90 degrees, so that is represented here perpendicular, right? This is 90 degree. Angle POY is 90 degree, and A is to B. A and B are angles here. They are named as A and B. A is to B is 2:3. Find C. They are given. They are not given the actual values of A and B. They are given the ratios. That is, A is to B is equal to 2:3. Find angle C. So from the ratio, what do we understand? A is to B is equal to 2:3 is nothing but A by B is equal to 2/3, but they are not the actual values of A and B, right? Now, angle POY is 90 degree. What is angle POX? If this is 90 degree, we know that XY is a line, straight line. So the angle formed on the line is 180 degree. The sum of all the adjacent angles will be 180 degree. Angle POY plus A plus B. Here the angles are named as A and B. Therefore, I will take it as A and B itself. A plus B should be 180 degree. Their sum should be 180 degree. Why? Because linear pair axiom. The axiom states the sum of the adjacent angles on a line is 180 degree. Linear pair axiom, and you can also write XY is a line. It's a given line. Therefore, A plus B is 180 minus angle POY. Angle POY is 90 degree. It's given. Since angle POY is equal to 90 degree given, A plus B will be 90. And we also have the ratio. A is to B. We have A is to B is equal to 2 is to 3. Therefore, A is equal to 2 by, what is the total ratio? 5 into, we know that the sum of the angles of A and B is 90 degree, which is nothing but 5 1 5 18, 18 into 2, 36 degree. Now we will calculate similarly. B is equal to 3. Its ratio is 3. 3 by 5 into 90. 5 18, 54 degrees. So B is 54 degrees. Now we know angle A, angle B. We need to find out angle, find C. Angle C we need to find out. B and C lie on the line MN, because MN is a line they have already given. So MN is a line, the adjacent, so B and C are adjacent angles. The sum of the adjacent angles B and C will be 180 degree. We have MN is a line given. Therefore, B plus angle, we can just mention it as C itself. C is equal to 180 degrees. And we have calculated B. Therefore, C is 180 minus 54. Therefore, C is equal to 126 degrees.